What up YouTube, Asian Persuasion here, and I'm back with the long awaited video you guys wanted to see. This is going to be how to play Infernoble Knights 101 combo tutorial video. It might seem long, you might not want to watch this video. If you don't want to play Infernoble Knights, this ain't the video for you. This is literally a super in-depth combo tutorial for you guys, and I want to showcase a couple combos that I've learned from videos, research, my Noble Knight group chat, all this cool stuff. I want to make sure I can provide as much knowledge for you guys to play this deck, and for you guys to give me some input to help me get my combos better and help me better with this deck, because combo decks are very stressful, very hard to always remember every play, but the more you practice, the better we all get. So I'm going to show you guys a very basic combo. The first combo is going to be a 1-card combo. So for combo purposes, our opponent is going to have no interruptions, so don't even think they have anything, just for combo purposes. I just want to reveal what the end board will be for you guys. So, first things first, our combo is going to be normal summon connector, special summon dolphin. Obviously, you would hand rip if we had more hands, but combo tutorial purposes, we aren't. So, on summon, we're just going to summon a Solde. I'm going to use this effect to search Renaud. You can search the second connector if you want, if you don't want to dead draw it. But I just like the follow-up of Renaud, because in this first combo, we're not going to use Renaud. So, I want this for the clapback. So next up, we're going to send 4 equips. We're going to send the Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, Metal Silver Armor, which is now in my new deck list, Durandal, and Yugioh. So we're going to send 4 equips, a special summon level 4 warrior from our deck. And we're going to special summon good old Ogier. This works on normal or special summon to send a Fire Warrior or a Noble Arm card to grave. So we're going to go ahead and send the new Infernoble Knight Turpin. So this card can come back whenever an equip's there. So we're going to go activate this broken card called Divine Sword and banish the connector and the dolphin to the grave, or from the grave, and banish him. We're going to go and equip this to either a Sold or Ogier. It does not matter. I'm going to equip it to Ogier for combo purposes so you guys can target something. And we're going to use Turpin's effect because there's an equipped monster on the field and special summon from the grave. It would be banished when it leaves the field, but the cool thing is we're about to overlay it so it does not get banished. So we're going to overlay those two into good old Ortorgus, the King of Noble Knights, good old King Arthur, and we'll use his effect to pick up 2 Noble Arms cards. So we're going to pick up Yugioh and Durandal. So we're going to use Durandal's effect to Rhoda. We're going to search Ricardetto, and this card's effect would pick up in the main phase to pick up a Fire Warrior from the grave to hand. But we're going to utilize when the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, we can special summon a Fire Warrior from our hand. So we're going to use that effect. So we're going to go ahead and link off both of these monsters into either a Sold, or in my personal preference, I like to summon Ferocious Flame Swordsman. And we're going to trigger Yugioh when this card's sent to grave because the monster is equipped. We're going to special summon Ricardetto from our hand. So we're going to special summon Ricardetto, and you can either revive either Ogier or Turpin. I'm going to summon Turpin because it just looks cool. Summon Turpin, and we're going to go ahead and synchro these two because this is a level 1 tuner. And we're going to synchro summon good old Angelica, Princess of the Noble Arms. We got a quarter century rare, freaking sexy. Use its effect to add this to our hand, the Noble Arms Museum, and that's of course QCR. We need 2 more of that. This card's sexy. Next up, we're going to go ahead and use Divine Sword again, because this card is not once per turn, and banish both Ortorgus and a Solde from our grave to go ahead and add this sword to our hand. And we're going to activate Sword, targeting Angelica, and we're going to chain Angelica's effect to send a Fire Warrior, and to banish itself to summon a Roland from the extra deck or the main deck, and then this will fall off because the monster wasn't there. So now that we have this board, we can go ahead and activate Museum and use its effect, pay 1200 life points, add Infernoble Arms All Mace, and we can go ahead and equip All Mace to that, because a part of the combos we're going to get this gear free, because this card, when it's sent to the graveyard, when it's equipped to the monster, picks up Fire Warrior from the banish or graveyard and adds it to hand. So that's kind of crack. So we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Turpin to equip it to Roland, and we're going to use the second effect in Museum to special summon Turpin. And since this wasn't something from the graveyard, it does not get banished, so we'll go and link these off to make Charles, and on summon of Charles, we're going to trigger All Mace to add back gear free to our hand. So now that we have gear free to hand, we go ahead and banish Durandal to special summon it. And then you can do something cool and just go chain this to equip, so that way if they have Nibiru, they had to do something, we'll just summon it, and then this will be equipped on resolution. Now we have a monster negate, but honestly it doesn't matter because we're just going to show the combo, then we'll show the end board. we're gonna make good old Charlemagne, Emperor the Great. Use this effect to target Charles. So now we have that on the field. And now we're gonna go ahead and activate Yugioh and target the Charles. And then we're gonna proceed to the end phase. And the end phase, we're gonna go ahead and add this from our deck for equip the Charles, and also equip Metal Silver Armor. So this will be your end board. We're gonna have a non-targetable Emperor Charles the Great, a non-destructible. I have to target this card, but they can't because of Oliver. A monster negate, a follow-up from the grave. Yeah, so this will be your board, and then you have this for crackback on the following turn. But in general, yeah, it's pretty good. And then you have to resolve Angelica as well, so this will summon to the field as well. So this will be your whole end board in the end phase, you guys. So this is just off of one card. You have a spell and trap negate, can't be targeted, destroyed. It has to be targeted this, but they can't. That's a floating monster that can revive a non-link monster in Grave Warrior, but it would be banished if it gets summoned. And then we have a monster negate. And then we also have Angelica Body for that. And then we have a follow for a museum on the next turn for paying 1200. So this is the first combo, one card combo. Pretty crazy. I will go on to the next combo. Alright, so here's the next combo for you guys. It's going to consist of Yugioh and Renaud, and you should be definitely playing 3 of these, so you'll see this so consistently with 3 Heritage and 3 almost Durandal, all these other Rota cards. But I'm going to show you guys what you can do with these 2-card combos. You can go normal summon Yugioh, use its effect to send Gearfried to the graveyard, and since we have Fire War, special summon Renaud, use its effect to pick up the Gearfried. And now we can go ahead and synchro summon into this really cool guy, Infernoble Knight Lancelin. Shout out to the Team COG guy. He's an Infernoble Knight guy. Shout out to him for finding this combo. It's pretty cool. We can use this effect to equip all mace from the deck. So there was a really cool play he was doing, but it wasn't playing around Droll. So I'm going to show you how this plays around Droll. He equipped Durandal, but here you can play around Droll by doing this. Use this effect to equip Durandal. So I'm an Infernoble Knight player trying to help an Infernoble Knight player out. So you can equip Durandal. So now we can go banish all mace to special summon Gearfried, and now we can use Yugioh to target Gearfried. So now we have a monster negate, and now we can go activate Durandal to search, and we can go and search this Turpin, and this will destroy this. So this helps us play around that Droll and Lockbird, as you guys can see. So now that we have an equipped monster, we can special summon this from our hand, but it does not get banished, luckily, because it summons from our hand. It gets banished from the grave. So we're going to go ahead and link summon these two into a soul, and use its effect to search a Fire Warrior. You can search things like Super Quantum or whatever. I just don't play that card at the moment. It could change in the future, but right now I'm not playing it. So I'm going to go ahead and just search that. And we're going to send for cost, we're going to send a Divine Sword to special summon Ricardetto. Ricardetto's going to special summon Turpin. And then it's a level 5 synchro. We're going to make the Angelica. Use its effect to search our Noble Arms Museum. So now we got good old museum. We can use Divine Sword to banish this Lancelin, and then go ahead and banish the Renaud to add this to our hand. So now we can go equip this to Angelica and change her effect, because it was targeted by a card effect, even including our stuff. So we can send something like Oliver. Send Oliver to grave. And then banish this guy to special summon our good old Roland monster, and this will fall to the graveyard. Yeah, Roland's so crazy. I love this card. You don't get the cheat out search, but it's still pretty cool. But we're going to go ahead and use Turpin's effect to equip. And then we're going to use this effect to pay 1200 to search the all mace. Or not all mace. I guess we already used it this turn. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, I guess we'll just search a second Durandal. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to use a Museum's effect to special summon. And then we're going to go Synchro Shulkin into this. And then we're going to go ahead and use... you can either use Roland's effect to equip, and then you can make Charles, and then use this effect to equip Charles from the grave, and now you copy its name, and you have that Spell Trap negate, and also the pop So that's pretty cool. Also, we have, this is the basic combo. He ended on Return, but doing this plays around draw, so you won't have as much. But like, this is still a really good board because end phase you're just gonna go ahead and equip. But before that, you can go ahead and equip Oliver to the Charles, and then we're gonna go ahead and equip and resolve this guy, and then resolve Charles' effect because he copied his effect. Yeah, and then you gotta go ahead and equip a Fire Warrior from deck. And you can do some cool things and equip things like Malgus. I do like the tech one of, kind of helps you shuffle resources and stuff. And then obviously we're gonna equip from the grave. We can just equip the Durndal from the graveyard. And then use Charles' effect because a equip card was popped. You can go ahead and pop this Malgus. And then you can use its effect if you like and throw back your resources. So I'm gonna do we go and do like these three. Put them back in the main deck, shuffle a card. So you're going to have a free blank card. Just shuffle, 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 and then you get a free card. So with this combo, this is kind of what your end board looks like. It's not too bad. I actually like this end board. We got the monster negate. We got the spell and trap negate that can't be targeted. It has the pop interruption. And you guys have the clap back. So this is the second combo that plays around draw pretty good. And them interrupting your Soul Day with like a hand trap or something. But yeah, this is the second combo you guys can know, and yeah, let me know what you guys think of that one, and we're on to the next one. Alright, we got the next combo for you guys, a super consistent combo. You play 3 of both of these cards, and many rotas for this guy, so this card's consistence is very easy. Infernoble Knights obviously consists of a lot of 2-card combos. These are some basic ones that you guys can see with me. We're going to go Normal Summon Ogier and use its effect to send Gearfried. And then we're going to use Museum's effect. We're going to pay 1200 life points to add Durndal to our hand. And we're going to use this effect to search Renaud. And then this will get popped. And now since we have Fire Warrior, we can special summon this from our hand, and now it's treated as a tuner, and then we use this effect to pick up Gearfried. So now that we have Gearfried, pretty dope, we go ahead and Synchro Summon into Angelica and use this effect to search a museum to our hand. Now we're going to go ahead and use Museum's equip Augier's effect target this. We're not going to use this effect yet, so don't use it. We're going to use Museum's second effect to special summon this card. So now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and activate the second Museum and use its effect to pay another 1200 to add All Mace to our hand. So go ahead and equip All Mace to Ogier. And if you guys can see, this is going to be our 1, 2, 3, third summon right there. If you're paying attention on summon, so we can avoid this Nibiru. So now we're going to go banish this to special summon Gearfried. So right here, it doesn't seem like we're protected, but the cool thing about All Mace's first effect is you can target this to equip to an appropriate target. So that way, when you try to link these two off, you would lose your equip, so you would get nibbed still. But since we got this equip, we use this equip to equip an Infernoble to an appropriate target. We're going to equip this to Gearfried, so that way it sticks on the board, and then this will get destroyed. So this inherently helps you protect against Nibiru right here. So now we can just get rid of these two bodies for free, and go ahead and make a Sold, and use this effect to search any warrior. You can't use the rest turn, but already used this, so this is okay for the clapback. You can search Neospace Connector as well. It doesn't matter. But do notice we have not used the second Museum's second effect to special summon. We used the first one to special summon Ogier, but we used this new Museum searching a Eclipse spell, but we have not used the second effect to special summon. So do note that we have not used the second effect of Museum on this one. So now that we're protected, we can go with Sold effect, send for cost, send 1. We're going to send Divine Sword, of course, the broken ass equip spell. And then we're going to summon Ricardetto, or we just call him Richard, and use its effect. It's basically a wolf bark that summons a level 4 or lower fire warrior from your grave and special summon it. And the cool thing is this guy's a tuner. You're locked to warrior monsters, but your whole deck is warriors. Baron's warrior, doesn't matter. Your engine's all warriors. It does not matter. Level 1 tuner, level 5 non-tuner. This is why we play 2 Angelicas. We're going to summon Angelica. You can search again, but the fact that we play 2 is because we didn't use the first effect, the second effect when it gets targeted. Go ahead and banish the second Angelica and Renaud to add Divine Sword to our hand. And we're going to activate this and target Angelica. And Angelica's effect says if it's targeted by a card effect or an attack by your opponent, you can use this effect to send a Fire Warrior from your deck and to banish it into the end phase. So we're going to go ahead and send Turpin, and then this will banish itself, and this will cheat out a Infernoble Knight Captain Roland, and then this will resolve, and there's no equip target anymore, so it'll fall to the graveyard. But do note, this does not let you search in the end phase because it was not properly synchro summoned. It was just special summon. So just note that you do not get that end phase search like you used to back in the old Infernoble Knight days where you got to actually synchro summon this. Now we have Angelica, and Angelica is just crazy. So now that we have that, we're going to look at our next card, which is our Turpin Engrave, which can target a warrior, and the equip monster could be treated as a tuner if it's equipped and used as a synchro material. Since we have this equipped, we can special summon this from the graveyard, but it would be banished if it leaves the field. So we're going to go ahead and synchro summon into good old Charles, our Emperor. So now we use Captain Roland targeting Charles. We now meet our conditions of being able to go into our brand new Link 1 Charles equipped with Equip Monster, and we can make our Charlemagne or our Emperor Charles the Great and use its effect to target this Charles, and it becomes this card's name and it gains its effect. So this by itself is already a spell and trap negate that's not once per turn. Nowhere on that card does it say once per turn. And then this card copies its effect, which can be whenever equip cards equip. Even during damage step, you can pop any card on the field, non-targeting. So, and then you also get the end phase effect of Charles as well. So that is pretty good. We gotta love it. And now we're gonna finally use the second effect on Museum to special summon the Charles, because we used this effect to search. And now we're gonna go ahead and use Divine Sword, add to our hand by banishing Ogier and Ricardetto. Now we're going to activate the Divine Sword on the Charles, and now we have another equipped monster with Charles, and now we use this effect to equip Charles. So now we have 2 spell and trap negates on monster negate. Pretty good. And then we're going to go to the end phase, and you're going to resolve Angelica. So Angelica comes back during the end phase, and then now we're going to use this Charles, that's Emperor Charles, to go ahead and equip. We're going to equip an Oliver to it, and also equip this Almace from the grave. So this will be our end board, which is pretty good. We have Monster Negate, Angelica's back free body, Spell Trap Negate, and non-target pop when it equipped monsters equipped. And you have a follow-up with the Museum, and you also have follow-up with Renaud, and you have follow-up with Isolde. So then you have on their turn that pop, because you can equip Roland, quick effect to target your Charles, and then Charles can pop, and then boom, that is your end board off of a very consistent 2 cards of just Ogier and Museum. If you hard draw the Museum, you can get more crazy boards like this, as you guys can see. I got 2 spell trap negates, monster negate. It's crazy. Yeah, so that's it for this 2-card combo. Alright, we got another 2-card variation for the Infernoble Knights for you guys. We have Neospatial Connector and Oliver. Because this is a normal summon deck, sometimes you're going to draw 2 normal summons and you don't know which one to do. There's a really cool combo line you can do with Connector and Ogier. And I'm going to show you guys what you got to do. So you can go normal summon Connector, summon the Dolphin. We're going to go ahead and use Dolphin's effect to rip their hand. We're going to have hand knowledge. Hopefully we rip the card out of their hand. Now you got to go ahead and link summon into Isolde. We're going to use Isolde's effect to search another free connector, because you are not going to use it the rest of this turn. And then we're going to go ahead and use this effect to send 1 equipped spell, Divine Sword, and then we're going to special summon Richard from our deck. And then we'll use Richard's effect to target a level 4 or lower warrior, and then we're going to summon this Fire Warrior, and we'll use this effect because this does not negate its effect, and we use that effect to send Gearfried. So now it's a level 1 tuner. You're going to make the good old Angelica use her effect to search Museum. And now we're going to use Museum. Go ahead and search your, or actually you're going to activate Museum. You don't have to search yet. You can go and activate Divine Sword by banishing Dolphin and this. And then you're going to equip this, target this, chain her effect. She was targeted by a card effect to send Turpin to the graveyard. And now you're going to banish it and then summon out the Roland. Now that you chain out the Roland, this falls off. And this obviously doesn't get the search, but that's okay. Now you're going to go Museum's effect to search Durandal. Activate Durandal. Now we're going to activate Turpin because we have an equipped spell to special summon it. And then we're going to use Durandal's effect to destroy to search a Renaud. And now we're going to go ahead and synchro summon by banishing the Turpin and the Roland into our cheating out our Charles. So now we can go Charles effect. We can go ahead and activate Divine Sword by banishing the Gearfried and the Ricardetto. And then activate the Divine Sword on this. Go ahead and link summon these off into Charles. And then use Charles' effect to equip the Charles from the grave and copy its name as an effect. Now that we have Fire Warrior, we go and special summon this. Use its effect to pick up that Gearfried that we just banished. So now that we have that banished, you technically don't need sword no more, so you can go like banish sword to special summon Gearfried. And now that we have this board, you can go ahead and use the Museum's effect to go ahead and special summon the Charles. So we have not used that to special summon. And now this is level 1 tuner, so you can go ahead and make a good old Baron de Fleur. This is how you make the Baron line. You make that. And then you can go to we go to that young end phase. We can use Charles' effect to equip that Durandal from the graveyard and then equip like an Oliver. And now we still have a Spell Trap Negate, can't be targeted, Baron, Spell Trap, or Monster Effect, and Monster Effect Negate. And you have that Interruption pop with Roland from the graveyard. And then you'll have end phase, this card will come back as well. So we have an Angelica body as well for free. So this will be that end board with the 2 normal summons. So you didn't think that you'd have this, but you have the clapback, of course, with the Neo Spatial Connector. It's free card, just link summon with it, whatever. Museum clapback as well. So there's your end board off of Ogier and Neo Spatial Connector. So if you think you're gonna break on your normal summons, that's why you max out on Ogier. Because even if you draw it with like Connector, just normal summoning Ogier's combo with Durandal or Connector and Ogier combo, and it makes this board. So pretty crazy combo. Yeah, that's that combo up for this one. Alright guys, so that's basically my how to play Infernoble Knights 101. Let me know what you guys think down below of the combos. I laid out these cards here because these are all the brand new support cards from DUNE that came out that helped this deck tremendously. So let me know in the comments down below what kind of combos you guys have, if you guys have any, and or any tips on the combos that I showed you on how to make them better. If I played a little suboptimally or anything, you guys let me know. There's some anti-Nibiru cards, anti-Droll lines. There's so many ways you can play this deck. But man, this deck is so much fun playing in 2023. So let me know what you guys think down below. The deck's uber consistent from all the old cards along with the new cards. You guys got Heritage, Durandal, Ogier. You got all these good cards like Gearfried, Monster Negate, and also everyone forgets about the guy that sucks up boards. He's really good going second. Like, yeah, this is crazy, you guys. Durandal, you guys gotta love Durandal. Obviously, Connector is still one of the best normal summons in Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Give me a big thumbs up for the video. Comment down below. This video took a long time to record. I might have messed up somewhere. If I did, you guys just let me know. I'm recording this at like 2, 3 in the morning, so if I made a mistake, I am sorry. But yeah, help me make Noble Knights great again. Showing you guys the love of one of my favorite rogue decks. And yeah, we're going to be signing out with that. Peace.